Okay. Let's get what I need for these guys. The stuff at the end of the line here. Cooling units. Do. And electromagnetic control rods. Right here. Beautiful. And the turbo motors. Do I have 10 of them? Not yet. Let's go make 4 more of these guys. I probably need the radio control units for these. Get an extra stack of those. Why do I have 25 somewhere? I don't. I have 25 of... Oh, okay. So I only need 25 for that. So let me get extra supercomputers and fused modular frames. These guys and supercomputers, these guys. There. You're waiting to play more Dyson Sphere until they release combat? Yeah. It's such a cool game, and I even have a time-lapse video of my biggest build on YouTube from that. It took me forever to get the time-lapse together, but I thought it was cool enough to actually spend the time to create a time-lapse of my final build of my playthrough. Alright, one more of these guys, and we're going to build a particle accelerator. Like anytime we unlock a machine, I kind of just want to just build one and see what it... I like to see what it can do before I decide what I do with it, because I feel like what I need it to do, I need more concrete, is the one thing I feel like I'm on a little bit of a timer for is dealing with nuclear waste. Because we are doing nuclear power, but right now just storing up a bunch of nuclear waste right now, so... Okay. Alright, so it's got those two inputs, solid inputs and one liquid input. Plutonium pellets and nuclear pasta. You should go watch it later. You actually like making cool Dyson swarms on that rather than the sphere itself. Yeah, that's kind of what our final build was. Not an actual sphere. It's like a weird geometric design that I spent a couple hours on stream putting together. Alright. Producing the particle accelerator through conversion of non-fissile uranium used to produce encased plutonium cells for plutonium fuel rods. Project part number 9. Ship with a space elevator. Complete phase of project assembly. 500 to 1500 megawatts. 1000 megawatts average. Wow. Nuclear pasta is extremely dense degenerate matter formed in extreme pressure forces protons and electrons together with interneutrons. It's theorized to exist naturally within the crust of neutron stars. 500 megawatts average. That is going to use a big chunk of our power. Well, we definitely can't do the nuclear pasta stuff then yet because I don't have the power to support that actually. So what is the actual recipe for this? Non-fissile uranium and uranium waste. So can these be sunk? Or do I need to turn this into something else to sink them? What are those liquids that I'm seeing? I think I'm seeing sulfuric acid and... is that aluminum? Plutonium. Pellets. Non-fissile uranium. Oh, that's in a blender. Okay, let me look at that in a blender then. figure out what this is trying to do. Non-fissile uranium. Fissile. Nitric acid. Oh, I haven't made that yet. So that's in a blender. Nitrogen gas and water. High corrosiveness and oxidizing properties make it an excellent choice for refinement and fuel production processes. It actually uses iron plates too. Okay. So I need nitrogen, water, and iron. Silica, uranium waste, sulfuric acid. All right. I think we work on this build, so I'm starting to use my nuclear waste up and not building it up. Can I, and actually produces water too. Non-fissile uranium, 50 a minute. This uses 100 a minute. It's 25 a minute here. Okay. Now, the question I have is, can I awesome sink the pellets, or do I need to turn them into the fuel rods? Plutonium pellets cannot be sunk. Thank you, Stellaris. So I need to turn those into something else. Plutonium pellets plus concrete is encased plutonium cells. This I can sink, right? I'm pretty sure this is the thing you're supposed to sink. Otherwise, if you turn these into power, then you have something that you literally cannot sink. So I feel like you're wasting a lot of power if you do this. But used to produce plutonium fuel rods for nuclear power. Plutonium fuel rods, huh? So that is, yeah, that's a bunch of other stuff. Plutonium fuel rod uses fuel for the nuclear power plant. Oh, I have to make these fuel rods to sink them. Ah, okay. So the cells cannot be sunk. So if I don't want nuclear waste, I have to go all the way to the plutonium fuel rod. Wow. And then sink these guys. Goodness gracious. Okay. Well, that's a pretty extensive build. All to get rid of nuclear waste, uranium waste. So I have to get to these guys. AI limiters. I kind of have a build like this already happening over there, right? I don't have the heat sinks though. Aluminum, copper. That's why you have a trade and send waste to the bowels of the world until you deal with it later. Well, later is now. Later is now. That might be what, you know, we do in the real world, but I wanna have a sustainable world. Even if I'm not maximizing my production on everything. I actually do want this stuff to be sustainable. So I think I want to do, I kind of, what I'm doing with my current nuclear factories, it's almost like that is its own modular factory, all for the nuclear thing. And I think I might do a separate one, at its own modular factory for dealing with the nuclear waste, turning it into plutonium fuel rods, and sinking those. So, if I'm going to do that, there are some items from over here. There's one item in particular that I feel like I might want to send. Let's go start the build and get a feel for what all I'm going to need to do for this. Because I have a lot of the materials already over here set up for their uranium nuclear power build. Nuclear should be modular in case you like being irradiated all the time. That's right. I could actually probably siphon off some aluminum from here for the build. I think I might do that because I actually have this. This is just actually backed up all the time. I think I am going to have a splitter on this. This will use up some of the aluminum we have that's just kind of backing up on us. So this is a temporary, but not actual temporary addition to this build. So I can get access to these materials. This will be aluminum I can use over here for multiple things that I probably need it for, honestly. This will save me from having to do a whole other separate dedicated aluminum build. Works out pretty nicely, honestly, that I have this aluminum available. How? You thought we were sinking the excess? We were on the first build of aluminum. The second build of aluminum, I did not sink the excess. Because I think the build wasn't as fragile. Like, it was able to handle being backed up, I think. I haven't had any issues with it being backed up and causing backups. With, or mess, issues. I'm actually out of aluminum sheets. Okay, let me go get a few more alclad aluminum sheets.
Breaking news from Earth. Widespread chaos and mayhem.
My second build, we didn't sink the aluminum because
to do their part and harvest
if I remember correctly, the other build we did wasn't as reliant on us not ever backing up on the output. Yeah, Vega's talking about the aluminum because we're doing a different build over here. Like, our aluminum scrap is backed up, but I don't think it's messing up any of our... Well, I say that. The sulfuric acid is backing up. But again, I'm pretty sure that doesn't hurt us. Because this output of water is not backing up, and if that's not backing up, then I think we're fine. So, I'm pretty sure there's no issue with this stuff backing up. I don't know why, I don't remember how that works, but I'm pretty sure when I designed it, I said, I think this will be fine. I'll have to come back and check it later. Checking it later, our aluminum's not running out, so if it's producing aluminum as quickly as the output is allowing it, then it's working, I think. This is what I need right here. Alright, plenty of that stuff. It probably means that our storage and our overflow are backed up on the aluminum products. So it, the actual aluminum we're producing is not being used up as fast as we're making it, which is a good thing. It means we have an excess of aluminum. So I can pull off of it and not be an issue. We're still at 12 years for our awesome sink. Okay. 12 years for it to be done. Working through all that stuff. Good to know. Good to know. 12 years. That makes me think of when I watch competitive League of Legends, they say things. That's the 3000 IQ or the 3000 years move right there. Which I think is a reference to people being that many years ahead of everyone else in their abilities or something. I don't know. Where's the aluminum belt that I ran out of stuff for? Is it over here? belt around here somewhere. Is it that belt? It's this belt. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot one merger on the turbo motors, but what I will say is there's no way I'm overflowing on turbo motors for about 12 years anyway, so I should be fine. Okay, so there's aluminum. Let's go see... Let's go see what we need to do to deal with this. Yeah, radiation everywhere. It's actually up on the next floor where the waste is. The nuclear waste. Are you guys running with water? Make sure the water looks good here. Nice. That was the issue we were having, was running out of water. We're good now. Okay. You gotta pull out the Excel sheet because I had it too. Great. Alright, we still haven't even filled up halfway one storage thing. That's good. So we're way ahead of schedule of getting this dealt with. So we're gonna build some sort of plutonium fuel rod factory and sink over here. So let me give myself room to get away from this, you know, radiation that's trying to kill me. Alright, so let's go over here. Okay, so we're clear on the radiation here. So there are going to be a lot of pieces to this. Let's put the final piece and the awesome sink at the end over here. So we would put a special awesome sink here. And we would put a particle accelerator right in front of it. Okay, where's the output? The output is here. Oh man, this thing looks freaking cool. Wow. Now that I can actually see in all its glory. Wow, look at that. I can't wait to see this thing in action. Oh, that's crazy. So the output of this would actually not be the final step. This would not be the final step, actually. It would be the plutonium pellets plus something else is the final step. In a... Is it assembler? I think it's an assembler. I feel like I'd want a storage. No, I don't want a storage. We don't actually want this stuff to ever back up. So this would be this. And this is what we would sink. These guys. There. That's a cute little particle accelerator. It's up to 44 years now for the the other awesome zinc. Great. Alright, so we'll have to throw concrete into there, so that'll be a nice little build. I'll just have the concrete come in from the side over here somewhere. And it'd be the concrete plus the pellets, so the accelerator would be right in front of here. Okay, so this is the end of the line for our nuclear waste. But we also need to make non-fissile uranium plus the waste we have. Non-fissile uranium is in a blender. Okay. Let me do that off to the side so I don't have to stand in, you know, actual radiation while I build this thing. Because right about there is where the radiation starts. So, yeah. Blender. Non-fissile uranium. Floor is too steep. I guess it goes off the edge there still. Okay. Non-fissile uranium. You're playing some Slime Rancher, but you will still be lurking. All right, enjoy your lurking. Slime Rancher, okay. This creates water, a waste of water. Can I loop that back into sulfuric or nitric acid? I probably can. So we need sulfuric and nitric acid going into here. Sulfuric and nitric acid. I think those are both refinery things. Okay. So sulfuric acid's pretty straightforward. Sulfur and water gives me 50 a minute. Do I need to do multiples of these? How much uranium waste are we making a minute? With 2 of these guys. 10 per minute. So we're making 20 uranium waste a minute. 20. Okay. So that is not even enough to run this all the time. If we had one more merger will be 88 years per item. Okay. Trying to 100% the game, and its achievements for Slime Rancher 2 comes out this fall. I don't think I've ever played Slime Rancher. Which would mean that we need to add another merger because its 88 is considered an offensive number in Germany. It's offensive. Why is that number offensive? All right, so that's 37.5 a minute. This is 25 per minute. So we will be able to, this will eat up all of the nuclear waste. What ratio do I want to put these in? Because this uses 37.5. That one uses, what is it, 25? And it needs 100 of this, which it creates 50 a minute. So every 2 minutes, this will make enough. Oh, 88 is considered associated with neo-Nazis. I did not know that. Okay, what's up, Ramses? Do I need to have an overflow for the nuclear waste? I feel like we always want to make the non-fissile uranium first and then have the overflow go to the uranium waste in here, because this doesn't do anything if this is not up there. But if I have all the nuclear waste go there, then I wouldn't. I think I do just want to split it between these two. I think that's the way to do it. Split it between those two. Okay, I was all to check the numbers. So 15 nitric acid a minute, or sulfuric acid, and nitric acid. Okay. So this guy would be right about there. And this would be the nitric acid, which I've never made before. Is that in a blender? I think that's in a blender, isn't it? I think it is. Nitric acid. Nitrogen gas, water, and iron plates. Okay. And that makes 30 a minute. So this has a side product of water. This uses 30 water per minute. This is uses 50 water per minute. I need to figure out... This thing's not going to be running at full tilt, so the only worry I have is that the water ever gets backed up. Honestly, that's a bit obscure even in Germany, so don't feel bad about not knowing about it. Yeah, I don't even know about, like, the stuff in the US that has to do with all that stuff, you know, clan stuff and whatever, so... I try to make it a point to not know anything about any of that. I think it's just safest and more like a human should be. So 30 a minute, 15 a minute. So we'll create excess of this. Will that be an issue? I don't think that'll be an issue. The only issue is the overflow of water on this guy. 15 water a minute. Because we don't want this backing up. We don't want this water backing up. Because that could stop the production. So let me... First things first, for builds like this, you always want to deal with whatever excess you have so that it doesn't back up, because... because of whatever. So, water is needed for both these builds, I believe. So basically, we want to do a thing where we prioritize using up this water before whatever water we're bringing in. We're only needing 80 water per minute. So if I do a thing where I'm bringing in water for these two guys... Let's see here, 1, 2, 1, 2. We'll want a valve like we've done before. Valve like we've never valved before. 1, 2... and how would I do that? So I'd be bringing water in. We want this to be running at all the time, all the time, at full capacity, which is not very much. But we would want a how do I do this? I would want a valve. So if we have the water being brought in, say right here, this comes from out there. I want the pipe right before it to be valved to always let this all come through it, which would be... was it 80? So I'd want to valve it off at 70 a minute so that this 10 a minute always can come through. I think that's what I want to do. So... So do a buffer here, just so that even though this will be way more water than we need, that fluid dynamics makes that all work correctly. So this to this, valve here. Is that going to work? There's a spot right there. There we go. So it only lets 70 a minute through here. And that should mean that this stuff will always run at its max flow rate and never back up. I think that will work. Okay, and this will need sulfur, and this guy will need nitrogen gas and iron plates. Okay, let's see. I probably have iron being brought from somewhere over here. Actually, I'm bringing steel but not iron over this other build. Oh man. I think you can make iron plates out of something else, can't you? Can you make them out of copper or something? Iron plates. Oh, you can make them out of steel and plastic or iron and plastic. Oh, okay. If only I didn't take plastic, I could use steel. Only a Mark 1 pipe? I don't need it more than that. This... I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to make it this Mark 2. This definitely is only ever running at 10 water a second. You don't need something that can hold 600 water a second there, but I'll do this just in case. There. Hope that doesn't mess up the thing to change those the pipes underneath it. I don't think it does. Okay. Sulfur should be the easy one because I have sulfur coming up already. So I should just be able to split off some sulfur. This only needs 50 a minute, and it needs less than that. So let's bring that up from... Sulfur's over there, so if I like bring it from straight down over here, it should be fine. Here. That'll be sulfur. Oh god, there's spitter guys directly below me. Stay away from the spitter bugs. I hate them. Let's just kill them. You go to hell, you die! Okay. So I'm pretty sure I have sulfur over here. I can just split off of, hopefully. Is that sulfur? That is sulfur right there. Why am I irradiated right here? Smokeless powder. There must be... I guess because I'm underneath where I'm making all this radioactive stuff and it's building up or something. Splitter. Right there. So there. So that's easy enough. That'll be our sulfur we need. And that's backed up, so we shouldn't have any supply issues there. I need water. Going up to there. I think there was water close by here I could grab. Was there? Well, I know I'm doing water up into here, so can I just split some water off of this pipe over here? I kind of don't want to do that. I kind of don't want to split it off. Yeah, it's pumping from pretty far away over there. Okay, this water I think is actually way more than we need. So I might be able to split off of that. Let me go actually check how much water that one's using. Because I think that's kind of like the other where it's sulfur. It's making sulfuric acid, which is not, doesn't take that much water. I think I can just split off of that guy for this. This guy here. You are using 50 water a minute, yeah. And I'm probably pumping, even if it's a single... Let me follow this pipe, because I'm probably going to split off of this pipe, because that should be super easy. Go just make sure I didn't like underclock this to exactly 50 a minute or something. It's probably a single pump doing 120 a minute or something like that. Nope. Let me climb it. Why can't I walk on that? Let me walk on this pipe. Seriously? Can I really not walk on this pipe? Oh my god, the angle must be too steep. Steep with my jetpack on. Ugh. I mean, this is a Mark II pipe that's pumping probably not that much water. Honestly, let's go check it. Here it is. Are you at 120? You're 120 a minute. Perfect. So I can, to split off of that, we'll only be using 100 of this 120. And you know what? Just to be safe, I'm even going to overclock this. So it'll be way more water than we need, but I have so many of these, where are they? These guys. Of course, I used a ton of them in my factory earlier, just to be safe. Man, after I overclocked all that stuff in my factory, but didn't check supplies on it, I just know my factory's starved for a bunch of stuff. Just know it. I just know it. Okay, it's this pipe here. And I want to pull it off over here. So let's go right after a pump. There's a pump there. This. It's going up over there. It'll be fine, I'm sure, Kappa. I know. I agree, Kappa. I have to build a long wall down to put wall pipes on. Wall pipe holder, whatever they're called. It's funky, but that's kind of what we got to do for these kind of things. So we go this wall support there, and then another one up there in the middle somewhere. And I want power lines on these because we're going to be hanging or putting pumps on there. So where's the power line I can grab off of? There. And now, with that, I can do this. Okay. That should be good, and then we want to put a wall here. A wall hole here. A wall hole. Get in your wall hole. Am I okay to let this start filling now? Before this is all going. I feel like I actually don't want this all to go yet. Can I... Okay, I can disconnect this one. Let's do that. Of course, that will fill this entire water pipe, which I don't want to have happen. So... I'll just remember to put that in once we start this. I'm always worried about when we have an excess of water coming out of some place that I'm always worried that something will mess up. And I don't want this to fill this tube, so actually I put a valve here so that doesn't fill that tube. There we go. That'll fill that tube. It's still at the slow rate that I choose. Okay. Silly cat still on your keyboard. Space bar not working now. Okay. Wonderful. Good story, bro. Thanks for telling us about your cat. Alright, this is coming from over here. And I don't know exactly where I'll need this, but I'm going to start it right here. Oh my gosh. This. Can't afford. I'm out of motors. Frickin' hell. Are you kidding me? I probably had the exact number of motors I needed for thing up there. I have rotors and stators on me, so let's make some. How many do each one of these take? 2 motors per.
Picking up multiple Fix-It personnel in the area. Proceed with harvest before it's too late.
Okay, let's make like, I don't know, 20 of these guys or something. Just to have enough to make
Harvest.
a few pumps. Nitrogen. I have nitrogen over at my base. I don't know. I'm gonna have to scan for nitrogen to see if there's any close by that I can get, or if I just need to pull off one big long pipe.
I strongly advise you to harvest this specimen.
I have a feeling I'll probably just pull off one big long pipe. Oh god, you're gonna keep talking and making this sound, lady, aren't you?
Harvest it.
God, shut up. Yeah, this is the last one here. Whoops, I think I didn't do that last one. It's fine. I don't even know where this thing is that you're telling me to harvest, so... It's like in the
Breaking
ground,
news
probably
from Earth.
somewhere.
Widespread chaos and mayhem. World President urges all citizens to do their part and
There it
harvest
is.
alien artifacts.
Okay. Oh, I'm out of plastic too. Okay. Alright, I'm trying to avoid it. I gotta make a trip back to the base. Frickin' hell, man. Let me check nitrogen while I'm here. Oh my god, do I hear a spider right now too? I feel like I'm hearing something creepy crawling around over here. Don't creepy crawl on me. Right, nitrogen, let's see. I have nitrogen like up here that I can pull off of. Are you like down below here? Dude, there's something crawling around here. Creepy crawling, man. Alright, I'm just gonna grab a pipe off of my nitrogen and bring it over on the way back is what I'm gonna do. We only need, I think it's 150 a minute, so I can use a Mark 1 pipe for that. Alright, so I need plastic, I need motors, I need a bunch of other random stuff. Frickin' spiders, man. Frickin' spiders. It's almost like I'm building a base in their home or something. I'm quite curious how they're gonna make, like, an automation game like this have a story involved with spiders and alien artifacts and stuff. I'm like, I don't know where they can go with that. I wonder how, like, how much, like, if they have writers that are having to figure that out or something. Let's fill up with these guys over here. So plastic, rubber, all that kind of stuff. Just nuke them. Yeah, it's true. I have the nukes. I should do that. I should absolutely do that. Maybe I will. I'll get my nukes out when we go back. those pipes, though. What Mark II pipes are what cost me all that. Speaking of, I need to get copper sheets. Even if I'm doing Mark I pipe, it'll be a long pipe. Three, four, five. Should be plenty. And then I needed motors and rotors and stators. Motors, rotors, stators. How are we doing on aluminum? Alclad aluminum sheets. We got plenty of those. Anything else? Everything else looks pretty good. How many turbo motors are we up to? Let me just check. Alright, we have a stack. It's not working at full capacity, which hurts my heart a little bit. But not enough for me to change the build. Because of how ridiculous the amount of work it would take to get it to full capacity. That and this. Autosave. It's not a war crime if it's really cool. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Do I have quick wire in my inventory? I probably don't, because I used it up earlier. Okay, so these guys. Okay, I think we're good on most other materials. That should be all we need. Okay, so let's go grab a pipe off of our nitrogen gas. It's actually just right up over here. Probably take it from the source. Well, I don't know. Will the source be closer or the place that I piped it to already? I'm not sure. So glad you don't have to pump the nitrogen gas. Makes it way more convenient to deal with. Let me get this. You know when they add in defense turrets and walls and this game turns into Starship Troopers? All your automations only defeat the defenses against a relentless wave of bugs. Okay, so the nitrogen's coming from over there. That's my nitrogen. So I think it's actually closer just to grab off of here. This. I should see that immediately fill, right? Cool. Very cool. Alright, so we're bringing this nitrogen over to nuclear plant over here. Hey, what's up, Nietzsche? How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're having a good one. I was talking about you to my brother when I was visiting him during my break. Talking about how, are you still playing WoW? Are you still raiding occasionally? So I was mentioning, I don't know, some other MMO or something. And mentioned, yeah, I think Nietzsche's actually even still playing WoW. Or at least you were the last time I talked to you, so I didn't know if you're still actually, continuing to occasionally raid. Yep, you're just trying to get ready for Wrath pre-patch. Okay. So, in WoW Classic, they are now going from Burning Crusade to Wrath of the Lich King, eh? Is that where they are? Are they finally moving there? Because when we stopped playing was a little bit, or me and him and my friend Tim and Shogi stopped playing was right after, a little bit after Burning Crusade happened, right? Right, we are almost there, right? What's this water? Oh, yeah, I can pipe it up next to this guy. You have Sunwell on farm. People are estimating that pre-patch is hitting this month. Okay. Wow, it's crazy. It's crazy that basically WoW Classic is just going back in time to whatever years WoW was actually at its highest popularity level. crazy. That's basically what WoW Classic is. Is Blizzard playing off the most successful part of its, you know, life cycle. Alright, so let's go here. It's like, so Blizzard, you want to make a new IP? Nah, we'll just keep using the old one over and over and re-release the old stuff because people will buy it. Okay, alright, I guess it works. I guess it works. I mean, I sure played it for a while, so... There. Weird mistell. Okay, no worries. Go about right. There. You never played Wrath back in the day? TBC was your era, so you kind of excited to see what the hype with Wrath Lich King was about. I played Wrath Lich King for a little while. I never thought it was as good as Burning Crusade, but it definitely had its moments. There are things I did like about it. Playing with the... it's when they added the Death Knight class, had some cool stuff. I basically liked one ability of the Death Knight. It's called Death Grip, the one where you can actually pull a unit to you. Alright, so is this filling? That is filling. Beautiful. You really wish they did a StarCraft MMO? Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. Alright, so this is going to... Is this the right place? Nitrogen and water. Perfect. And let's go ahead and make this a little less of a mess. Why make new MMOs when they're still making money off of the one they made 20 years ago? Okay, so there's that. Now we just need iron plates here. The get over here ability, that's right. Totally worked. Blizzard has 3 IPs, and basically all of them are pure gold. Warcraft, Diablo, and StarCraft made them rich, yeah. Iron plates. God, there's like no iron anywhere around here, is there? I just need a minute. 10 per minute. Do I want to use robots? Those guys to bring things over here. I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to bring over here. What if I used drones? Problem is I have to automate batteries to use drones. That's the thing that's been keeping me from doing it, and I haven't automated batteries yet. Ah, man, there's really no iron around here, is there? Let me see where the closest iron is. Do. Man. 1,000 meters this way is the closest. Yeah. Place I'm already... Okay. Well, I think I can use this iron where it's making steel, grab some off, make some iron, and just bring another belt. I hate to do that, but I think that's what I have to do. Which means ginormous alclad aluminum sheet thing. So let's figure out where I'm going to bring it out from. Let's bring it from the side over here, I guess. Sad thing about that is I feel like the people who actually developed those amazing IPs have nothing to do with Blizzard anymore. Like, it's all basically people who weren't involved in the original creation of them, and they're just cashing in on the company's past success, the way it feels. Yeah, let's bring this down where it needs to go to. Which is kind of like, you know, when the kids of rich parents get to start a business and it's successful literally because their parents built something from the ground and now they're just completely riding their coattails to success, right? I also turned them into blood-sucking demons. Yes, it did. Okay, so down here, let's follow, what I should do, I think, is follow the steel back to its source. If I follow the steel back to its source, that'll be where the iron is. Most of the devs left and made the new studio Frost Giant. Their RTS coming out soonish. Oh yeah! I did watch a little bit of that video somebody linked. I don't know if it was you or somebody else. That was the devs of StarCraft, right? So I'm sure there's different devs between StarCraft, World of Warcraft, and what's the other IP? Diablo. I think the majority of the original devs for Diablo hate Diablo 3. I hope so. It's well, I don't know about Diablo 3. Diablo Immortal I can see hating. Diablo 3 just always felt like meh compared to Diablo 2. You re-downloaded WoW, you didn't play it, but it's available. You just desperately need a good MMORPG to play. You're getting sucked back in. Well, my MMO itch is being scratched by City of Heroes. That's my addiction that I'm getting my MMO itch from. Right, so I only need a single smelter for iron and a single constructor. For iron plates. That should all be all I need. That's 30 a minute. Which is unfortunate because Diablo was absolutely the best. Dave was at least Dave Brevik's baby. Okay. I don't know him. I'm not good at knowing developers' names. Unless they're the subset devs' names, and then I still have the hardest time remembering because my brain does not remember names. Iron plates. I just need 10 a minute. That gives me 20 a minute. This will be plenty. And I'm not even going to care about all that stuff that's going through. Actually, do I bring the raw iron there in case I need it for something else? Yeah, let's bring the raw iron there. Not the raw iron, but the smelted iron. In case I need to split off for anything else. Am I still playing Nevergrind online? No. The thing happened that usually happens with MMOs. I had fun for a while, then I tried to find other people to play with, and nobody else is playing it. So, also, the gameplay is interesting, but it needs some... It needs more stuff to do. It becomes very repetitive. It's fun, but it becomes very repetitive. I'll probably look at it again once they add talent trees. They don't have any talents or anything for the classes. So each class, every person who plays the same class is basically the same person. There's no like class. There's no diversity within classes. So there just needs to be more like gear and content, basically. Feels like how do I get up here? There's a ramp up here. You love City Heroes back in the day? Me too. My addiction to that game is just creating new characters. I've started dual and triple boxing, so I can. City Heroes suffers a little bit from what I talked about Evergrind Online, not being able to find groups a lot of the time. It's less of an issue. I can find groups occasionally, like on the weekends or certain times of the day, but it's pretty dead sometimes. So I've made it so that I can now make my own group playing on my 3 PCs. I'll have my own group with hookers and blow or whatever that thing is. Where's this iron? So that's what I've been doing. I should see iron there. Okay, good. I'll like build a group and then be like, okay, that was fun. Let's build another group. Like, just the designing. I think my favorite thing about MMOs is designing. Oh, can I get this? It's right on the edge. Is designing unique builds and characters and mechanics and make use of them. So, what I enjoy about City Heroes is that you could just it's like almost endless combinations of character classes or of power combinations you can do in the game. Oh, frickin' hell. Seriously? Still not enough? When it went under was a sad day. Well, it's like a fan-run free-to-play thing now. I don't think you're allowed to stream it because I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with NC Soft or the original devs or anybody else who bought it out. It's like fan-run servers where everything is just completely free. Make as many characters you want and all that kind of stuff. You just build a power level character, power level. That's what I do. I have like three different fire farm characters, one or two smashing lethal fire farming characters, and I'm currently running a trio where I run task forces with like basically one tank character that I control, one AFK support character, and a DPS character that I control. I'm now working on a combo of 3 characters where I can run my tank around and have 2 AFK DPS dealers that can just follow him around. So that's stuff I do, just create new characters and fun with power combinations and seeing what I can do solo. I'm trying to get over to the iron. Scratching my MMO itch. Although I think the next MMO, like modern MMO, that might be the one I actually play if it's as good as it looks as I follow it, is Ashes of Creation. There's a YouTuber I follow who is always doing videos about that constantly, so that is probably the only Pantheon I'm hopeful for, but not convinced is actually going to be any good. Pantheon and Ashes of Creation seem like the only 2 MMOs in development right now that I might actually eventually play. Okay, this is all spaghetti. And surprise, surprise, both of them have a bard in it. So, okay, it's over here somewhere. Over here somewhere. Suffers from lack of players. Yeah, for sure. That's why if you don't give yourself something to do solo, then you're gonna get bored and not want to play it. I'm trying to avoid that. So if I get bored and don't play it, then I'll be bored and not have anything to play. And that is it's a gamer's worst nightmare. Being bored and not having anything to play, right? No, I guess I shouldn't have gotten rid of that. That's fine. I try to purposefully play things off stream that are fun for me, but that I don't think would be a great thing to stream or I can't stream. So that way I have something that I don't feel like I should be streaming this when I play it. That's the hardcore one with temperature zones in the world. Ashes of Creation, temperature zones. Yeah, they have. It's called their seasonal system. I think it's called. Basically, it's gonna be the it'll be in summer. Like it's kind of a revolutionary, of course they call it. Oh, this is iron. Whoops. Thing where the seasons will change. And I think they're going to incorporate that with events. The streamer that I watch believes that they're going to incorporate the seasonal changes to be things that like also announce when world events happening, like ash is coming from the volcano. So that means a dragon has spawned, or the waters are rising in the ocean, that means a kraken has spawned. That kind of thing. Oh, Pantheon is the acclamation system. That probably is what you're talking about. Forsaken World was the MMO you played after Seed of Heroes. I don't know if I ever played Forsaken World. Okay, so this will be the last thing we need for this guy, right? Yes. Let me power these guys. So yeah, you're probably talking about the acclamation system in Pantheon. This is going to go over here somewhere. You've been in that state for a while. You keep looking for a new game that is fun. Yeah. Alright, I don't want to turn this on yet because I don't want it to... Well, it wouldn't turn on because I don't have water to give it, so I can't actually plug this in. I think I can actually plug all this in. Well, I'm not going to plug that in because I'm afraid of that getting plugged in and things happening. But yeah, apparently having a weather system is something in all the newly developed MMOs want to do. The acclamation system for Pantheon, the seasonal system for the game I was just talking about. Whatever it is. Okay, so non-fissible uranium is going to go into here. So let me set that up. We're going to have a splitter from that guy. One, two, 1, 2. One, 2. That. We'll do a splitter. Right here for the nuclear waste. Put the output, but not put the input in yet. This needs to go back around over to this guy, I believe. You need nuclear waste, uranium waste, yes. Silica, nitric acid, and sulfuric acid are the last things. Okay, so silica will be the next thing after this guy. We can get the output of pipes here. This guy goes there. This guy goes there. Let me see if that's correct. Sulfuric acid, nitric acid. Good. Having everything to play, but not wanting to play any of them. That's what you're in. Okay. Yeah. That's... I can play all the games. I just don't want to play any of them. Or maybe not have the time because of work or something. Right, silica. So we need quartz for that. Okay, so that's 3 of the 4 things we need. Right? Yeah, I think so. This is everything we need for this. I just have to turn the water on for that. Sulfur. Why is the sulfur not? Oh, because I put it in the wrong place. Okay. There we go. So I'll have to plug in the water for all that stuff. Okay. This is... Okay, concrete. So I need concrete and I need silica. Okay, good. There's limestone right down there. Actually, I think I'm turning that limestone into concrete right over here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can just split this right off here. It's going to be lazy and do this, not even count it. Because honestly, most of this stuff I'm not using that much of and is not running at full capacity anyway. Do that. I'm getting a case of senioritis for this game. So close to the end of it that I'm giving up on being as, you know, organized as I was for my earlier builds. Senioritis. It's a real problem nowadays. Let's have it... where's it going? It's going over... It's coming to here, okay. Do something like this. Alright, we'll bring it over from this direction, which is 1, 2, 1, 2. And to be a little less gross looking, I guess I'll do this. Because it goes through a wall conveyor. Okay, so there's that concrete. Okay. That was what the one you're thinking of. You'll have to check out Ashes as well then. Yeah, Ashes of Creation actually looks like it's got a much better development cycle going on. It's one of those things where it's still a Kickstarter game, but the kind of main guy behind it somehow has a lot of money, so even if the Kickstarter doesn't happen, he's just going to pay for it himself. So it's not like they're constantly begging for money from everybody like Pantheon is. All right, so that's the concrete, and it feels like they have more of a staff, so more work is being done quicker. So that's done. So I think silica is the last thing I need potentially. Let's see if that's true. Silica. Ashes of Creation is the one that's boasting they'll have 64 classes, but it's really 8 classes. But each class can combine with another class for like cosmetic I don't know. It's kind of weird how it's described. Silica, 37.5 a minute. Needs 25. Beautiful. It's like every class can. It's not called off classing. It's like the class can be. Like the bard can combine with the warrior and be a troubadour or something. But it's still a bard. It just has some of its abilities will be slightly changed, or he'll maybe be tankier or something. They haven't released all the details about how the classes are going to work, so I'm hoping in the next couple months they'll give us more information about how the classes are going to work in that game. It's another game that has no release date. You're not going to live forever here. You're young. You're young, Shuggy. You're young. All right, is there yes, there's quartz. Right. Sweet. Finally a material that's actually close by here. Yeah, it's not really cross-classing because you're still going to play the same role with whatever class you choose. But I think it's going to give it... It's kind of what I was saying Nevergrind Online doesn't have. There's no... It's going to give flavor and customization to your class. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Combining with another class actually gives you some customization for your class. I'm going to do this. That's the way they're going to... It might be flavor or fluff. Oops, that's not quite right. But it'll be some way to differentiate my bard from somebody else's bard kind of thing. Is that the right direction? No, it's the complete wrong direction. It's directly behind me. At least that's what I understand. It's like specs. Yeah, it's like playing a beast druid or a tank druid instead of a heal druid. Although I don't know if for their design... Jesus Christ. If I put this on, I can't use it because there's no goddamn power lines. Ugh. I want to like you... Whatever you're called. You're not the jetpack, you're something else. But my god, it's so annoying. That I can only use you where there's goddamn power lines. So annoying. Okay, which direction am I looking here? this direction. Okay. I don't know that like a warrior will ever be able to do anything except be a tank. Maybe you can. Maybe there will be DPS specs. I don't know if a bard will. They describe the bard as one of the healing classes actually, which is kind of weird to me. Oh wait, did I not plug this in to where this is supposed to go? This is the iron. Oh, this is aluminum. Okay, this is the aluminum that I was gonna bring if I needed it, which I thought I needed that for something. I don't know what. We'll find out once I'm almost done this build and realize, oh, I was supposed to do X. Where's my quartz? It's over this way. What about the power of the sun in the palm of my hand? Alright, Dr. Otto Octavius. Is that your real name? No, really, what's your name? I'm gonna be a sonneteer again. Any chance I get. Although I'd rather be... What's my favorite name for a bard? I don't know, troubadour or something. I feel like there was a word, a term in EverQuest that I liked. Oh, Jesus. Autosave. Right as I'm jumping. Okay, this quartz is right around here somewhere. Is it down under here? That's water. Please tell me it's not deep underground where I am. Please. Alright, where the hell is this quartz? Standard, the game of the eternal sidetrack. Laureate, Rockstar, Scald? Maybe. Man, I'm like literally right on top of it. Is it not up here? Huh. I feel like this iron is not moving as quickly as it should. No, it's not here. It's directly underneath, isn't it? It's somewhere way underneath the ground under here, isn't it? In this cave? Man, where the hell's this quartz at? Oh my god, is it down at the bottom of a waterfall? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Alright, here it is. Found it. Rhapsodist, to use a Queen reference. Dirge, Minstrel. Minstrel, I like Minstrel. Yes. Maybe Minstrel's my favorite. I like how you all have so many good names for it. For a bard. This. I like Minstrel. Two of these guys. I only need one of these mines. I need to check am I making enough iron? Or why it's going so slowly. I maybe need to increase my mining of the iron for the steel, maybe. Miner Mark II. Okay. Going up that way. That looks like an unfinished waterfall, right? Like, just having water go down and there being nothing down here. That's not how water works, does it? I'm no expert on water. But I don't think it just disappears. Alright, how am I gonna get up there? I'm gonna have to make another ramp, aren't I? Kinda already have one over there, but... Oh, Jesus. Okay, you know what? Get shot in the face, bro. They must be bugged because they're not moving at all. Where's the water going? Nowhere. Nowhere. Professional Christmas Carol is best bard. I have to agree with that since I am one, right? Like, I have to agree with that. This is pure, and that'll be way more quartz than we need. Okay, so it's gonna go somewhere straight up there. Somewhere out there, beneath the pale moon sky. Anyone know what that song's from? There's a blast from the past. That is a song from my childhood. Anybody recognize that song? Someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight. Fievel! That's right! From American Tail. I think it was originally from the original on American Tail, and then the second one is the best one. Fievel Goes West. Fievel. That's awesome that you all recognize that. Give him the lazy eye! That weird dog guy who had some weird eye thing going on. Fievel Goes West. Loved that movie as a kid. You're looking at the classes from AOC and you don't see any druids. I think Priest plus Ranger might be the druid. What I will say about Ashes of Creation that I don't love is the fact that it seems like, even though they say they're going to have 64 classes, some of the major classes, like, they don't have a base version of. Like, there's Warrior, who's supposed to be, like, the main tanky class. There's Priest, which is, like, the main Healy class. And then there's a bunch of DPS classes, like the Ranger and the Rogue and the Wizard and I forget what else. Like, the 8 basic classes are, like, kind of standard fare. But, like, yeah, why isn't there a Druid? I think Druid is going to be some version of the Priest combined with the Ranger or something. I don't know. Which might give it a nature feel for the heals or something. I don't know exactly how it's all going to work. Because they need to give a lot of information for the classes in Ashes of Creation. You only know Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It's a good one, too. Alright, so this is going to go even higher, actually, isn't it? You've never seen Fievel? Man, good old, what was that, 90s cartoon that was actually kind of scary for kids because it was honestly kind of dark. Yeah, we're going up that way. It is honestly kind of dark, some of the stuff in those movies. It's like, the darkness is, you know, cats eating mice, but the mice are the main character, so you're like, oh, don't eat the mice. The mice are, you know, the good guys. Yeah, Wizard of Oz is over the rainbow, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, or Over the Rainbow. I think people call it Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but I think the actual title is Over the Rainbow. Fievel Goes West was so good that you honestly couldn't remember what the first one was called. Yeah, that's funny. I watched them both a lot, but the second one was definitely way better. But they're both great movies from my childhood, that's for sure. Or at least I remember them being great. Who knows if they are actually great, but I do remember loving Fievel Goes West. Now you want to watch Fievel. You own the movies on VHS somewhere? Nice. Alright, so I was building... Here we go. No, this is iron. I was building a thing right over here. Where's the end of the one I've already built? Is it right over here? There it is. All these belts are so freaking spaghetti. I really have just given up. Oh, I'm out of aluminum, alclad aluminum sheets. Damn it, again. Damn it all. All right, let's go. Can I finish that with... You know what, I'm going to do Mark IV belts. Because I have plenty of these guys and I don't want to run all the way back to just finish this tiny little belt. That's doesn't need to be a Mark V. Mark III is plenty for this, I'm pretty sure. There we go. I just need to plug this guy in to whatever power line I can find. Sure, there's one over here. There's one. There we go. You might have watched that in the last 90 days. You're very partial to the Great Mouse Detective. Oh, that was a great one, yeah. Great Mouse Detective. I remember, what was the one? Goes Down Under. Rescuers Down Under? The Rescuers with, where they fly, it's little mice that fly on a pelican, and the pelican, or an albatross? It's an albatross, isn't it? Albatross Air. And they go solve crime in Australia or something. Best spaghetti, the kind that shows the maker has totally relinquished the dark side, that's right. New Predator movies out on Hulu, yeah. Yeah, Wilbur the Albatross, was that his name? Rescuers and Rescuers Down Under. I don't remember the first one, but I watched the Rescuers Down Under a lot. I love that one. Okay, let's make sure this is going where it needs to go. Okay. Alright, is that the last thing I need for this build? I thought I did need aluminum for something on this build, so I feel like we're getting close to being able to deal with this nuclear waste. George and Bianca, yes, yeah. And Bob Newhart was the voice of George, I think. And, Zsa Zsa Gabor or something was Bianca or something? I don't know. Some woman who's known for having a famous Italian or French, something that sounds, you know, exotic to us Americans accent. Right, so there's the silica. So there's that. Uranium waste. I think we're just about done. Let me go get belts, because I think... Why did I think I needed aluminum for this? Let me check all the pieces of this. Nuclear waste, or uranium waste, non-fissile uranium. Non-fissile uranium, use uranium waste. Silica, it's done. Nitric acid, sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid just needs water. Just add water. Nitric acid just needs water. It's got iron. I have 163 coupons. Oh my god. Plutonium pellets is what this is gonna make, right? Yeah. Alright, I guess I don't need aluminum. I don't know why I thought I would need aluminum. Alright, let me go get sheets to make the last couple belts. We're gonna plug all this in and it's gonna be GG cookie time. Uranium waste dealt with, I believe. The first Rescuers is the one with a little girl who was abused in a bayou. American Taylor's rendition of the Russian Jewish community around that time. It would be fairly scary. Yeah. It's from Green Acres, and John Goodman was Wilbur. Oh yeah, John Goodman did the voice of Wilbur, you're right. Rest in peace, John Goodman. He did so much stuff, man. He was always so good. Rest in peace, John Goodman. All right, I think I have a couple things I need to get rid of. Yeah, actually, leaves and wood. Let me throw that over here. I have a lot of that stuff. A lot of solid biofuel if I ever need it. John Goodman is alive. Oh wait, John Candy. Thank you. John Candy. Yeah, it was John. I knew who you meant. But that was not what you said. Okay. Don't rest in peace, John Goodman, because you're alive. Rest in peace, John Candy, because he is the one who did the voice of the Albatross Air guy. Okay. You had to panic, Google. Sorry. Blame Tyler Said. It's Tyler Said's fault. And my fault because I'm terrible at names. I am like really, really, really bad at names. Thankfully, we have Shogi here and um, whoever else that can keep us straight. You had a panic attack. Sorry. Sorry. I was going to say more stuff about John Goodman when I was thinking of John Candy. Because I saw... Not this time, but the last time I visited my brother, we watched some... he likes to just watch these random documentaries on YouTube. And their documentary was... I think it was about... Yeah, it was about Home Alone. And they talked about the guy who directed or produced Home Alone would just bring in John Candy for things. Like, I think it's the guy who directed Uncle Buck and all those movies. Whoever that guy is. But, like, he would bring in John Candy, and he would just give him barely any script, or no script, and he would just, off the cuff, do the entire scene. Completely improv. And he's just always awesome to work with, but you never knew what he was doing. Was it Chris Columbus? Maybe. That sounds like the guy who discovered America, though, so I don't know. Yeah, me and Tyler have a secret understanding. Not everything Tyler said is true. Yes, rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John. I did see that on Facebook. That's sad. There's a... Was she... I was going to say American Icon. Was she American? I mean, American Icon, she was in Greece, but... an icon... There was a guy in my church choir who passed away a couple years ago who was like the ginormous, biggest Olivia Newton-John fan. Who apparently like was in correspondence with her. I don't know when he says he talked to her all the time is like a fan talks to a famous person who doesn't actually, you know, is like, I wish this guy would stop messaging me or something. But he loved Olivia Newton-John and would like go to all her concerts and all that kind of stuff. Would always tell me about the last time he talked to her or something, when it's probably him sending her fan mail or something. Okay, I'm not going to power that yet. So that's that. So I just need this stuff, so I just need water. So if I turn on all the water, this stuff should start going. So I do this, put this, and I valve it down to 70, I believe was the number. I'll check that. But I'll make sure these guys are all running. I don't know if she was a gay icon or something, because that guy was... He and his husband were the ones who loved them so much. Did I... I am not getting water. Well, I don't have to worry about that happening. Why am I not getting water? Oh, I know why. I didn't power my pumps, did I? I didn't actually set up my pumps. That would be the issue. Technically, Olivia Newton-John was UK and Aussie. I figured that was probably the case. He's the director of Home Alone and the first two Harry Potters. In his spare time, he founded the W Indies. Well, so I think you got to start on Home Alone. But what I learned in this documentary was that the reason that guy got Home Alone was because the guy who did a bunch of those other movies, John something maybe, I don't know, was like, didn't want to do it or didn't have time to do it, so he got his friend, maybe Chris Columbus, to do it or something. Is this... This is full, so I'm going to say if this is full, then I'm good to do a pump here. John Hughes, that's the one, who apparently uses John Candy and a lot of stuff, at least from this documentary I saw. Alright, do I need to do another one, or is this good? This should be good, just these two pumps. That is what I was trying to say. That sounds right. Okay, so let's see if we start getting water up here. I see water. Do I prefer Factorio or Satisfactory? They're both amazing games. I probably prefer Satisfactory, but I don't think it's better than Factorio. I just prefer the third dimension. I absolutely understand people like Factorio better, prefer the 2 dimensions. There are things you can do like blueprints and other things that I like in Factorio. Also, a comparison you have to, or something you have to keep in mind is the fact that Factorio is a finished game and this is not, so, but I think they're both amazing games. Alright, so you're going, and you're going, and the overflow of water is going to be when this guy goes. There's a lot of radiation over here. Sulfuric acid is starting to come in. Beautiful. Alright, we are turning our uranium waste into stuff. Okay, now we just need to power this guy, which I've been putting off because this is going to be a huge chunk of my power. So, something happened with my power. I need to check what's going on with that. That's going to spike. Oh, that actually didn't spike as much as I thought. 400, 500 megawatts. I feel like that means one of my guys over here is not getting water or something. Let me go check this. That's because I siphoned off that water. I thought I siphoned off that water off of a different thing. Let me go follow this water line and check why that's happening. That guy's full. What's happening here? Flow rate of 200 something a minute. Follow this down. I didn't siphon off of this guy. This should not be having any issues. That's full of water. That's full of water. You like Factorio for Satisfactory? I'm kind of the same. I think they're both amazing games. I just prefer this one. If all these pipes are full, I don't understand why I'm having water issues. You're full. You're full. And you're flowing at 600 a minute. I'm gonna guess that was a fluke. $500 something a minute. This is full. This is full. And now you're fine. I swear, sometimes this thing... Sometimes the fluids in this game are really buggy, I swear. I didn't change anything there. Satisfactory's been on your radar for a while, but you've yet to try it. You might have to give it a go soon. Gotta get back to work later. Alright, we'll see you later. Best of luck. If you play this game, be prepared to sink a lot of time. I'm 130 something hours into this playthrough. Tier 2 pipes are buggy, but not Tier 1? Well, the thing is, I only need 300 water a minute. So I have a Tier 2 pipe because a Tier 1 pipe, if it needs exactly 300 a minute, will fall behind very slightly. So I'm pumping 300 a minute through a pipe that should be able to handle 600 a minute. Because I was told that if you do 300 a minute, the Mark 1 pipes can't keep up. It like slowly falls behind. So now it's full again. I don't know. That just seems like...
Radioactive items are not allowed in the Awesome Resource Sink. R&D kindly requests that you stop contaminating their results. R&D would like to remind you they control any future technologies provided to you.
Wait, what? That means that it accepted it, right? It says I shouldn't do it. Oh, it's not doing it. Oh, it's the wrong thing. Okay. Crap. That's what I need the aluminum for. I need to do the plutonium cells. There's another step here. I forgot there's another step. Alright, it's plutonium cells plus aluminum and some other stuff. Okay. That's what I messed up. I knew there was a step I was missing. Is it in here? No, I think it might be in this. Yes, it's this. Alright, steel beams, electromagnetic control rods, and heat sinks. Oh, okay, yeah. She said F no, that's right. Okay, so we're gonna need to do some other stuff over here. I knew there was another step I was missing. Okay. So that's really funny that she's like, what are you doing? You're not allowed to do this. But I want to do it. You can't. But I want to. Alright, so we need to make these. Which is where these guys go. Which I'm not going to move them there yet because they're really radioactive. Steel beams should be pretty easy. I have steel down in my other area. Am I making electromagnetic control rods down there? I think I am already making these, so I might be able to siphon off these guys from down here. And just need to make the heat sinks, maybe. Oh yeah, let's look at the thing in action. You're right, good call. Oh, freaking thing. I also really want to see this. I'm not gonna make it up there. Ooh, I barely landed on the edge there. Good reminder, zombie, good reminder. Alright, let's see what this thing looks like as we are getting radiated. Alright. Particles spinning around in there and lightning. And then it goes to this one. Smoke or steam coming out of there. It's accelerating particles. I wonder if that's what an actual, like the Large Hadron Collider. No, it's way bigger than this thing. It's like miles across, right? And then the big guy. Can I take damage from being in the middle of this? Looks like no. And then once it's done... Wow, that sound though. And 99%, and there we go. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so let's go check what I was going to check. I think I'm making one of the things I need down here. There you go. It's pretty sweet. Pretty freaking sweet, man. Is it these guys? Yes, it's these guys. So I'm going to do a splitter off of this. Are you backed up? You are backed up. So that should mean we have plenty extra. How many do you use a minute? 2, and we're making 4. Perfect. Splitter. Let me go all the way over there. I don't really have a good way to do this. Bring on the spaghetti, man. Bring on. This is just so ridiculous in spaghetti. What a mess this is. What a mess. And I don't even care. I just don't even care. Okay, we need to get it up there. I just don't care. This has been a long playthrough, and these late game items are so complicated that I just can't bring myself to care about spaghetti anymore. There. 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 And there. Sound effects on point? Yeah. Bring on the spaghetti. I hope you all like Italian. Whoops. Because that's all we ever have here is spaghetti. Enjoy. I'll at least make this curvy thing look good. This. 1, 2. This. At least we'll do that straight. There we go. That'll be for those guys. Heat sinks need, I think, aluminum and something else. So hopefully I can make that happen without too much trouble since I brought aluminum over here. The senioritis is strong. It is. It really is. Look at all of that nuclear waste. It's just leaking out the top. That doesn't look safe. Okay, so that'll be the electromagnetic control rods. We'll bring those over to the first guy here. There. So I should see electromagnetic control rods coming across here. Beautiful. Alright. Steel beams. We have steel down there. So I can bring steel. Bringing it kind of from the same direction. So honestly, I should turn this. I can make this look a little better, actually. Let's do a little less of a mess here. A little less of a mess. I'm going to bring the steel in from one of those guys. So that's there. We can have this come straight across over to face this direction. Go a little bit of less mess. This. This. Okay. So we bring steel here and make how many steel beams a minute? 4.5. Okay, that's super easy. Bring some steel up here. Like right here. That makes 15 a minute. There. We're going to plug the steel in from downstairs into this. Right here. Alright, where's the steel? Right over here. Splitter. Can't afford. Wow, I'm actually out of random cables, huh? I'm making cables over here. I am not, so I can just make some real quick though. This guy, I think. Cable. Okay. So after we finish this build, the last thing we do is complete phase 4, and oh my god, I have no idea how I'm going to do that. I might want to start a large train project to try to support this phase 4 to make some changes to my factory. Because I feel like the items that I'm making are not making fast enough to support this phase 4 thing to be any sort of efficiency stuff. So I might start my last major project as a phase 4 production increase project or something. This. And you are 1, 2 here, I think. No, seriously. Damn. Okay, so I gotta do this. Does that work? That looks terrible. That looks terrible. 1, 2. There. Okay, that goes through, but yeah. I don't care. I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. Belts going through belts. Cats sleeping with dogs. It's mass hysteria. Right, Bill Murray? It's mass hysteria. Throw this in there. Okay. Okay, so that's that. And the last thing is heat sinks. So heat sinks. What are the things for that? Let me get out of radiation for just a second here. Heat sink. Aluminum. Alkyd aluminum plus copper sheets. Or casings plus rubber. Okay, it's got to be this, because I have copper sheets downstairs. I can grab those again. And then I can turn the aluminum that I brought, plus some copper, into the alkyd aluminum sheets. Okay. Maybe I even just split the copper off, so I can do a separate copper sheet production and then combine it with the aluminum for that. So we'll split off some copper. We'll do copper sheets. Copper sheets. And then assembler. Which will do aluminum plus copper for this. And alkyd aluminum sheets plus copper sheets into another assembler. That will be our heat sinks. Alkyd aluminum sheets, copper sheets. 7.5 a minute. 2.5, good. Needs 37 and 22. Oh, wow, I need more copper sheets than that, actually. 37.5. Maybe I can overclock these guys. It's only going to be using half, but if I do that, that'll do that. This needs to move up a little bit, actually. It's not going to work right there. Do it right here. Heat sinks, 22.5. How? I can get you up to 30, can't you? Can't I? Yes. Let's go to like 25. Let's do the 22.5. Exactly what we need, even though it's more than we actually need. More than I need. Yeah. I noticed that earlier, Zombie. Thank you. Okay, so copper comes here. Actually, copper needs to come to both of these guys, so... Even this wall is not going to be even. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So we'll have aluminum come here. Have a splitter. For copper. There. 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 That'll be the copper sheets. I have a feeling we're not mining enough copper for this, or smelting enough. Heat sinks into there. Okay. So I get these raw materials, plug everything in, and I think that's good. Let me get... Did I actually pick up some of those plutonium things? I didn't, did I? No. So let me set up the awesome sink here. The last piece, so once it's all plugged in, it'll just do its thing. It's funny that they said, do not put radioactive material in the awesome sink. That was pretty funny that they actually programmed a voice thing for that. Alright. Probably would do the same. It probably would say the same thing if I tried to put the uranium waste in there too. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. So I need copper here, aluminum there. So let's do copper first. Can I split the copper off over here? Let me go see. Yeah, I think I can. Again, the senioritis. I don't care how messy all this is. Don't care. Just gotta get it done. I could bring it up above these guys. Can I do that? One, two, three. So I could bring the copper there. This is copper, right? Yep, it's all backed up. That's a good sign for us. These are all Mark IV belts, or Mark V belts. So hopefully I don't have the issue of what I did earlier where I used a Mark III in the middle of one of the things. I don't think I did that on any of these guys. Okay, so that should be the copper. Beautiful. Now I need the aluminum from where I brought it earlier to go. I think that's the right one. All right, where is the aluminum? It should be from over this direction, I believe. So that way, drop to the ground here. This way, we go connect to wherever I brought that aluminum earlier. Let me go find it. And all this mess of spaghetti belts all over the place. Ah, right here. Actually, not too far away. Cool. Good job, Pass Rand. Way to go. Being useful for once. We'll just go through the ground because you know what? Senioritis, don't even care. Go through the ground, it's fine. Aluminum, there we go. I plug everything in and I think this is all good to go. And we'll be able to take our last break while this thing spins into motion and we actually have our nuclear waste go away. What is that glowy thing under there? Wow, is that... I think that's the bottom of the nuclear reactor showing through the concrete of the ground, of the floor. I'll have enough cables for all this. Okay, so power line from here. Alright, we got this guy, then we got this guy, and then we got this guy, and I just need to plug in this guy. Come on. Come on. Alright, let's see. Is that a GG cookie time? I don't have any heat sinks I can throw in. I can throw in some of these guys, though. So at least that gets going. Heat sinks. Heat sinks are the slow thing. What are you waiting on? Nothing, you're just slow. I can throw some of these in here, some of these in here, so that's not at least waiting on those materials. 7.5 a second per minute. I'm going to manually make some of those to speed up this process. Heat sinks. It needs, I think, 7 per, so let me make like 14, so it'll have enough to do a couple cycles, and then we can AFK while this thing gets off the ground. And that should be a GG cookie time. Nuclear waste dealt with. In slow motion, probably. Oh, it's 10 per. Alright, well that will be able to run twice. This takes 240 seconds. Okay. GG cookie time! Although I've had a lot of cookies today, so I will not cookie time myself. We did it! Hopefully she won't say something about please don't say encased plutonium cells or plutonium fuel rods. Did this thing. I'm actually quite curious how many coupons we'll get from this. So it'll probably happen while I'm AFK, but I will AFK on this screen so you all can see. Can I get out of radiation? I don't want to AFK in the radiation though. Apparently I'm just living in radiation. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to AFK on that screen. I'm just going to remember we currently have 165 coupons. So if it spikes up in some large amount, it'll be from that. So really quick, my friends, stand up, stretch, use the restroom, take my last break of the day. Thank you all for watching. Hope you're enjoying. When we come back, we will work on something. I don't know, because we're really close to this. Did my audio just mess up? Can you all hear me? No, you can hear me. My stream deck turned off. Okay, well, my stream deck's not working, so I got to use old school way to change scenes. I'll be back in just a bit, my friends.